lovely human. Today's another SMS, 7 minute soundbite. And today we might actually have my cat join us today. Let me see if, oh, here she is. Oh, she's hiding. She might come in front and show her face. Come here, Bubble. Say hello to everybody. Mwah. Oh, yes. Okay, woo. Sorry about that. She does not like being manhandled. I mean, who does? And I'm not even a man. Today I wanted to talk about something that follows on from a video I did a few days ago about the emotional spectrum and how there are so many nuanced emotions that often we don't really recognize as a separate emotion or don't necessarily have a name for, but it has its own very unique flavor, a very unique way of making us feel. And I think this sort of gets to the crux of what tends to happen to us. We have certain emotions that we are not even consciously aware of, and because these emotions are inside us and they have a role to play, the fact that we are not aware of them and we don't acknowledge them means that they get trapped inside us, and when they've been left there trapped for a long enough period of time, they then clamor to be noticed and to be expressed and to be processed. And this very often causes certain physical symptoms. It can also cause certain emotional, unexplained outbursts, a general feeling of being out of balance or feeling uncomfortable in your body. And last year I came across something that really, it was like a light bulb went off in my head, because I have often wondered how we can actually address things that no one can really pinpoint or explain. Some of these symptoms are not medically diagnosed, or doctors can't really explain why someone feels a certain way or why certain physical symptoms are occurring. And if they were caused by emotions and the fact that you didn't know they were there, well, how on earth are you meant to deal with that? So this is where, I came across a book by Dr. Bradley Nelson called The Emotion Code, and I read the book, and it was just, to me, it was like the final tool in my coaching toolbox, and also a sort of a wonderful key to unlock some of the mysteries of why we have ill health. And so I went on and I did a certification. So at the end of last year, I became a certified emotion code practitioner, and it has been one of the best things I've done, because it has been incredibly liberating and powerful to be able to help myself, to help my family, my friends, and also my clients to identify the emotions that have possibly been trapped inside them for a very, very long time. I mean, decades. Sometimes it's even longer than your lifetime. There is a particular kind of trapped emotion that is preconception, which means that it is an emotion that you have experienced in a past life, and your soul has carried that into this lifetime. Now, whether you believe in past lives and reincarnation or not, that's another story altogether. But today, for instance, I did an emotion code session on someone, and they had two preconception emotions, but they also had an inherited emotion going back 11,000 generations. It's quite remarkable. When you identify these emotions that have been trapped there for a very, very long time, we then are able to either consciously connect that emotion to a particular incident that occurred in our life, an experience that caused that emotion to become trapped, or to simply become aware that that emotion, that strand of emotion is in us, and could be responsible for why we feel that way, even when something perhaps doesn't warrant that particular reaction. So it's very powerful. And then when you release these emotions, it's almost like an energetic release, and it frees up the person's, I suppose, energy field. It sort of removes some of these negative, heavy emotions, and so people generally feel lighter. They feel more at ease with themselves. So I wanted to just talk about that today, because to me it's been a real revelation that this process even exists. It's so simple, so non-invasive. It's not therapy. You're not in any pain when you do this, and it actually works. So if you're curious, I would say the first place to go is the book, which is called The Emotion Code. Check it out, see what you think, and yeah, I mean, if it's something that you think you could do for yourself, the book itself is a good starting point for someone to teach themselves how to do this. But then if you're somebody who thinks that this is something you want to do for other people too, then as I said, there is a course that you can do. But I think the closing message that I want to leave you with is that your emotional landscape is extremely vivid and colourful and nuanced, and learning the language of your emotions is very powerful, but then actually identifying them and actually expressing them in a very healthy way is the next step to restoring balance and harmony in your life. Look after yourself. Thank you so much for joining me again today, and I will be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.